In a world where there ain't nothing to laugh about, they're two special idiots now. Hear me out. Chuck's laugh is frightening. Brad's anus is tightening. Brad's got a lot of thoughts to give. Chuck's toxically positive. They're here to laugh and joke with a few little jabs and pokes. Escape from your terrible life. You're a loser and an asshole and you're filled with strife. Unbearable. They're just trying to make you smile. Funbearable. Even though you're pathetic and you're ugly and vile, they're just trying to bring some joy to your day. Even though your family wishes you would go away. Funbearable. 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 They're terrible. They're fucking terrible.
So we're going to do something we've never done before on this episode.
Oh, wow.
On a recent episode, we did a cliffhanger cold open.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. I don't remember what it was. I just remember that we hung off a cliff.
Okay, so the cliffhanger cold open was you went to a coffee shop. I talked about how that coffee shop is the least, it
Yes.
says the people
Yeah.
that should least be working.
And I went back.
And you went back. Well, it was about how you don't understand coffee.
Yes.
It took a detour.
Yeah.
It took an off ramp to how you don't understand coffee, and
Yeah.
you made the incredible connection, the mind bending
Yeah.
connection that I was saying that the least qualified people work at this coffee shop, and then I was saying that you don't understand coffee, and you're like, are you saying I should work that coffee shop? And I
Yes.
was like,
I put in an application today.
I left the room.
Yep.
I drove off a bridge. I was like, nothing will ever be as great as this. Here's what I wanted to say.
Yes.
Okay. And people don't know this story. So Brad texted our group chat a few weeks ago, and he said, I just went to a coffee shop. They stole from me. Should I go back and confront them?
Yes.
And then you went back and confronted them.
Yes.
Okay, so you tell it from your perspective, the whole thing.
Sunday morning, I go to a coffee shop. I got an Asiago bagel toasted with butter, and I got
I'm going to say an Ozzy Osbourne special or
an
something.
Ozzy Osbourne special. I had to bite the head.
Asiago. Ooh, Iago. Aladdin.
I mean, Shakespeare, but yeah.
This is interesting.
Is it? I get my coffee order. The woman
That's a reel.
Yeah.
You're going to cut that as a reel.
The woman tells me a price.
Yeah.
I hand her my card.
Yep.
She scans it in a machine different than the machine. She does all the button pressing on the credit card reader
Yeah.
and hands me back my card. I see the receipt. It is different than the price on the register by in even 5%. And I think this woman just gave herself a 5% tip.
Which is how much?
It wasn't much, in the 80
Yes.
cents or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not much, but I know it was more than 80 cents. Whatever. It was noticeable.
Yeah.
So I went to church and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, did this woman steal from me? There's got to be a different explanation. I read something wrong. No prices are listed anywhere in the store.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to go back and find out what happened. I'm texting the group chat. You guys are like, you got to go back in there, flaming pitchfork, throw it at her, don't say a word, then walk out. Yeah.
Ozzy and Iago are going to help you.
Bite her head off, whatever.
Tell her to hurt Aladdin.
I went back. And one of the things was like, it might just be a fee for using a credit card if you paid with a credit card. I'm like, there's no signage posted of that. Like,
So you had a suspicion.
I think Rupert might have had a suspicion.
Oh,
Rupert or
interesting.
Tom, somebody.
Our buddy Brian Rupert.
Yeah. So I went back and I was like, hey, I was here earlier. Like the woman who waited on me isn't here. This is what happened. I'm worried that she gave herself a tip. And they're like, oh no, it's a 5% fee for credit card usage, which is what was said in the group chat. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see it. She's like, it's posted on every wall, like before I could finish. And she's like, and on the door. And I'm like, all right, well, good. I'm glad that it isn't a person stealing from me, that it's just the whole organization.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And,
I didn't even know that part.
yeah. And
I can't believe you didn't tell me.
And then left. I took a picture of the little sign on the door, sent that to the group chat, so you would all have a resolution that it was this added fee for credit card usage.
Yeah.
I don't love the policy, but I really don't love
Not
that
clear
it's
signage.
that it's not displayed correctly, like what you're paying. And it happened yesterday when I got my not good coffee. What it showed on the cash register and what it does in the credit card machine are two different items.
Yes.
Tell me the amount that's I'm actually paying,
Yeah.
and I can deal with it. Like it.
Emotionally.
Yes. Otherwise, I'm throwing tantrums.
You're accusing them of stealing, and then when they tell you no, it's actually just a credit card fee, you accuse them of stealing again.
Yes. I accuse them of stealing in a different way.
Yeah,
a different
yeah.
person is in charge of the theft.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was our cliffhanger.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, it's weird because I talked about being petty in an episode a couple weeks ago, and this to me was being petty. Going back for how many ever cents it was, I think I don't know.
65.
Yeah, and kind of asking, and I'll say this: I did accept the explanation as soon as it was given. I didn't rage. I didn't throw anything.
Yeah. You had 1% anger.
Yeah.
And you still needed to puff it out.
But it was more like, oh, I just want to get out of this conversation.
Yeah.
And, I am glad it's not a person stealing from me. And then I just felt like that was a comma and not a period.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got to keep going. And I didn't know what was coming out of my mouth.
Yikes.
Yep.
What did she say when you accused her of stealing?
I didn't. I was
I
like,
mean,
oh,
I know,
it's just the organization. She's like, like that was it. And I'm like, all right. And at the time I was like, well, I'm just never coming back here, but I've been back there since. So
I will say I'm proud of you for confronting. I'm proud of you. It's just a hilarious resolution.
yes, it sure is.
Yeah. And that's all I wanted to say.
Not posted on every wall, by the way. Also, you spelled their back wrong in regards to your omelet sandwiches.
Open the show, you fucking weirdo.
They also spelled allergies with an apostrophe. Hello and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr.
I'm Chuck. Those omelet sandwiches are back, Stan.
Spell it. Thank you all for tuning in to what I'm sure will be a banner episode if the entertainment we've provided already isn't a clue. Oh my God, what happened with his coffee? Did they spell everything right on the menu?
No.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to our Patreon members.
Yes, thank you very much.
We do have a Funbearable Patreon. It is a donation Patreon.
Yeah, $2.50 a month. And when you sign up, you get the back catalog of the Chuck and Brad podcast, which is what led up to Funbearable. Same guys, same vibe. And you can sign up today and get 390 episodes that are already posted.
Yep.
With another episode every Monday. So go to funbearablepod.com, sign up for the Patreon if you like, and pay whatever you like, down to $2.50.
Yep.
And if you can't do it, if you don't want to do it, if you fucking hate the idea of doing it, and you're just here for the free show, we appreciate you too.
Absolutely.
I mean, the attitude.
Yeah.
Attitude could chill
It's
out.
odd.
Yeah, it's a strange, but you're here.
Yeah, we're not stealing 5% from your credit card.
Yes, so that's not required.
Yeah.
We are.
Not 5% at least.
No. So some time has gone by.
Yes.
Since we kind of talked about a few things, because I've noticed that what happens during the holidays, we have so many holiday episodes, as we've talked about, that sometimes like the stuff that's happening to us just fades. So one thing I wanted to talk about today was, well, actually, I want to continue some Christmas talk.
Of course.
No, I wanted to bring up the fact that we did our big Christmas games episode this year.
Yes.
Brad, myself, Walt Flanagan, Tom Milishevsky, Brian Rupert, Johnny Law, and Jimmy the Hair Guy. The Tell 'em Steve Dave gang.
Right.
From the other podcast, Tell 'em Steve Dave, that I work with and have been working with. This summer will be, I think, 10 years.
Wow.
Brad, and it started with Brad and I going down to New Jersey with my ex-girlfriend and filming, actually, I guess New York, Manhattan, at the Gramercy Theater for the guys doing a live show, which is really rare. And it turned into this whole whirlwind of consistent projects. And I'm really thankful that I have that community in New Jersey, which I talked about on the show. But I'm so glad that we actually figured that out.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this. 7 guys from all different places, which we talked about on the Fun Bammies. It's just hard to do that. And surrounding that, I was also on the Reviewing History Christmas episode, which I've been on every year. And I was also on the Tell 'em Steve Dave Christmas episode, which I've done a couple times now. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. And it's just a really cool thing to have that trilogy of Christmas episodes with so many different people that are on all 3.
Right.
The people that were on all 3 are me, Rupert, and Jimmy the Hair Guy.
Yeah.
Get Him was on 2. He was supposed to be on ours.
Right.
But he he wasn't able to be on it. Walt was on 2. Johnny Law was on 2. And Tom was on 2.
Yes.
So it's just a really I want to express my appreciation for having this whirlwind of podcasts. Now ours is pretty small. Reviewing History is pretty small, but Tell 'em Steve Dave is gigantic.
Right.
And when we do the stuff with Tell 'em Steve Dave, we get to promote on the Facebook, on the subreddit, blah, blah, blah. All the comments have been positive as of this recording. Really great to see that. Really great to see people thinking that this is like the old school Tell 'em Steve Dave Christmas specials, the one that we put out. Because that kind of big game stuff is what got me into that version of podcasting.
Yeah.
And what made me aspire to that version of podcasting.
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of express that that's fun, that all these idiots are hanging out, joking around, jesting. Now, how did you feel about it? Because you're kind of like a newer guy to the group.
I liked all but one of the participants in the Funbearable episode.
And that was
Chuck Staten.
Was it Brad Rohr?
Yes.
That's what I thought you were going for.
I thought it was a really good time.
Yeah.
We ask our people to do a little bit of work ahead of time.
Yes.
And they did it.
Yeah.
And I
great.
appreciate that effort. And I thought just the sense of collegiality and fellowship really felt good. Like, oh, we're all here. We're all going to be funny. And we're all down for, to kind of roast and be roasted.
Yes.
And
in a fun way.
Yeah, in a fun way. I don't think anybody left with feelings hurt.
No.
We got some pizza together, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So all in all, really fun time with those guys. I don't know Johnny Law as well, so it was great to Hef and Jeff and joke and jest with him.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah. Jimmy, the hair guy doing Jimmy Dice hair. When he told me he was going to do it, I'm like, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I'm laughing through the whole thing, but it was so much better than I thought it would be.
I was like, some of this stuff is going to be a combination of cringe and legitimate fun.
Yeah.
Which I think the same thing for the rapping part.
Yeah.
I don't want to rap on this podcast. I do think it's cringy. I'm embarrassed to do it.
Yep.
However, I think some of my lyrics were fun and good.
Yep.
So we're going to, we're doing the cringe and fun.
Yeah.
The cringe and fun. That's kind of that could be the name of the podcast.
Oh, I mean, we already have the name of the podcast. It's Funbearable.
The cringe and Funbearable.
No.
Yeah, it could be that.
But we already have this one. It feels like a lot of work to market it.
Write in.
No,
Cringe and fun or Funbearable?
Don't write in.
Yeah, because they're going to say cringe and fun.
That's why, yeah.
That could be our nickname.
I don't want them to.
Fun.
No, but then what does that make?
You're an and.
Yes. I aspire to be cringe one day.
Yeah, no, it was. It's cool to have that family aspect, and I think as you get older, it's harder and harder to achieve. People have difficult lives, so finding a group of people that are like, this is important to us. For Johnny Law, he's like, and you, I'm gonna drive from Rhode Island and Boston to New Jersey to do this, and drive right back on the same day. Is fucking bananas
without breaking the speed limit. It's tough.
I don't know about Lawman.
Oh, his name is Johnny Law.
Ooh, the Lawman.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
We're just expanding nicknames here.
Yeah, exactly. But it's funny because people don't know that, but they both did that.
Yes.
I invited them both to sleep over. We didn't really talk about it until the day of. But I told Johnny Law, I'm like, if you want to stay over, I got 2 guest bedrooms. And he was like, I'm powering through, baby. I got a Monday morning meeting.
Yep.
And I was like, you're a lunatic.
Yeah.
But Great times with everybody. Big thanks to Walt Flanagan. He doesn't need to put his time into this, and he decided to do it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to express like my gratitude for a group like that.
Right.
You know, lots of fun. And I know that's not funny, but sometimes you got to get a little heartwarming.
All right, now roast each of the participants.
Okay, Johnny Law.
Yep.
Not as handsome as everyone says. More handsome.
Yeah.
No. It was just a good time.
Yeah.
And one thing we didn't get to talk about yet because of the scheduling and the Christmas episodes.
Right.
Rhode Island Comic Con this year.
Yes.
I had a unlucky time.
Yeah, it was the second weekend in November.
It always is.
Yeah, it's right around there.
It's always the first weekend, but I think the first weekend started on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's because of Halloween and all
Friday,
that stuff.
yeah.
And you know, it's like Friday afternoon, evening, then Saturday all day, then Sunday kind of morning through the afternoon,
Yeah.
and then that's it. And Chuck and I have been involved for a while now.
Yeah, like 7 years, I think.
doing hosting panels and things like that.
And we've had ups and downs.
Ups and downs, and we've worked with the company that produces Rhode Island Comic Con at other Comic Cons they've done.
Contropolis, New Jersey, Contropolis, New York, or Pennsylvania?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yep. And Pennsylvania, yeah.
I was going to say.
And then Colorado Springs Comic Con for you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it's funny because you can't always control what happens.
Right.
The audio got really messed up for a couple panels that I did. One of them hasn't come out yet. But I actually think the Rick and Morty panel, it was the second Rick and Morty panel I did with the whole cast. The audio got messed up, but we hired our buddy Ray Long, who's kind of an audio expert guy, and he fixed it. And then I did another one with Nolan North,
Yes.
who voices Drake, Nathan Drake from Uncharted,
Yep.
as well as the lead in Assassin's Creed in one of them.
You know, he also is a voice option in, I think, Saints Row 4, like as Nolan North. Yeah,
I think is he the Penguin?
he might be.
In Arkham
he's
games?
he's prolific.
It was a great interview. It was really cool to sit down with him. He's a really nice guy, and audio got messed up on that, which I think is saved as well by Ray Long. He's a great guy, and that'll come out at some point.
Yeah.
But you know, different things have happened. It's hard because they can't control when celebrities come in late
Right.
or cancel on the con. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't really control that stuff. So this con, we were going into it, and the guy who organizes it was like, "Listen, I know you guys have had a spotty time with us. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Sometimes we feel like we don't get a great choice of panels.
Yeah.
And so he's like, we're making it a priority this year to take care of you guys,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's very, very kind. We're very excited, you know, throwing roses like I usually do, shimmying off my panties like I've done recently, and saying thank you very much. That's really cool. So we go to Rhode Island Comic Con. We're having a good time. My plan, my my assigned schedule is to interview Hank Azaria.
Yes,
The
another
Simpsons.
prolific voice actor.
Extremely prolific and also one-on-one, which is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Usually it's kind of a group of people, and you never know exactly, because what happens is you're there, you're sitting down. You got to become, what, Leonard Maltin?
Yes.
Is that his name?
That's exactly who you have to become.
You have to become him. And I go, what's your favorite curse word? Doesn't he do that?
That's probably.
That's one of his things.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, it's guts.
yeah. Guts? What do you mean?
It's a reference for me and me alone.
I don't get it.
It's never mind. Keep going.
Too much to explain.
Yeah.
So you got to become Leonard Maltin. You got to become Conan O'Brien. You got to become all these interviewers. What's his name from 60 Minutes? What's his name from Diane Sawyer? Who else? Barbara Walters.
Morally safer?
I don't think so.
Connie Chung.
Who interviewed?
John Stossel.
Larry King.
Yep. That's who you got to become.
You got to become Larry King for
Yep.
a minute. Your pants are high. I'm walking in with my suspenders. I'm going because he's kind of old. He was. Then he's passed away. So now he's sticking where he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever think you go to heaven and you're like in your prime?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what you think?
Yeah. Well, I truthfully, I think you're energy and you're not necessarily bound by the limits of a physical body, but whatever.
A little bit?
I don't know.
Do you have a face? Tell me about your heaven face.
All right. My heaven face.
Yeah.
It's not this one. I'll tell you that. It's that one.
It's Johnny Law.
Yes.
You don't think
In heaven, everyone looks like Johnny Law.
do you think you have a face in heaven?
It's tough. Theologically, it's difficult. because
Yes.
so much of what we think of as heaven is based on like, hallucinogen fueled visions.
Really?
Yeah, like the idea of in my father's house are many mansions. All right, well that's great, but like streets paved with gold, that's the guy's living on an island where there's a preponderance of mushrooms.
Really?
That's the book of Revelation was written on mushrooms. Also
How
applies.
do you know that?
Because I've listened to biblical scholars talk.
How do they know that?
I'm sure
This
that
is-
they have a way of determining the provenance of these letters.
So they're like Old Testament,
Mm-hmm.
straight up Coke. That's where it came from.
Mm.
New Testament, LSD, and a little bit of those magic mushrooms, baby. And they're like, I like to see.
Mm. Yes.
They're writing. I don't know. Was that right?
I don't know that Coke was involved in the Old Testament.
That song probably wasn't around either.
It might have been, but
I like to sing.
but in
what song is that?
in Greek, Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the typical we're on drugs and
Yes.
we're dancing and there's pink and there's purple, there's yellow.
Yep.
Okay. How do they have that info? I'm legitimately curious.
I don't know. I'm not a biblical scholar myself, but
when was the New Testament written?
well, between 0 and like, I don't know, 100
Okay.
of these people who had these firsthand accounts and then secondhand accounts. Much of the New Testament was written between like year 40 and year like 60 to 70 because they're all letters from Paul,
Okay.
who didn't get into preaching until well after Jesus had died. In fact, he was like, for the Romans, he was like killing Christians, and then he went blind for 3 days, heard the voice of God, and was like, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Let me get into this, and has written much of the New Testament.
So this is
Also, hates sex.
This is like 1980 years ago,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So are mushrooms at the time like normal? Are they just like, these make you feel cool? What are they?
It's weird because I
Because
don't know.
alcohol must have been that.
Yeah. I don't know how much they knew about how mushrooms affected one's brain.
Really?
Or hallucinogen, or if there was, it wasn't.
Ooh, they were like,
It wasn't necessarily codified in a way that it is now, or they didn't understand it. But the idea of taking hallucinogens as a rite of passage or whatever was common in many cultures, possibly ones in the Bible area.
right. Jerusalem?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, like, if you look at native tribes in America or tribes or groups in the Far East, like taking hallucinogens wasn't insane.
Right. And they're just like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Jesus rules, man. Yeah, Jesus, right?
Yeah, that's what they sound like on hallucinogens.
I don't know what you sound like.
Nor do I.
Yeah, I'll have to. There's someone I know I could ask.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's so interesting. I never heard about this in my life.
There's a podcast called My Strange Bible, and it goes through
That's cool.
kind of all the stuff. It's weird. There was like a 3-part series of just like how you established which books were in the Bible.
Wow.
And a thing like when they were copying scripts by hand,
Yeah.
they knew, like, especially I think it was the Old Testament, or maybe even like the first 5 books, the Torah, which character was the exact midpoint.
Mickey Mouse.
No, like so that they knew that they were copying accurately.
Oh.
Where they're like, oh,
You mean character like letter?
yeah, like 110 pages in, halfway down.
Not like Donald Duck.
It's going to be an aleph. And that means like when we hit that spot, we know that we've copied it faithfully.
Does it look a little like Goofy?
Yes.
Okay, this is what I was hoping. Oh, the D in Disney. That weird one that looks like a backwards G. You know what I'm talking about. That could have been a character. That's a character.
Yeah, it's character.
Wow, that's really, really interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I like taking the Bible and being like, this was a weird thing. How about this?
There were a lot of weird things.
Really?
Yeah, Balaam's talking donkey is my go-to example.
It's Dominic?
Nope.
That became Dominic.
Unnamed. No, just a completely different
Eeyore.
time period. No. Again, not named.
Well, no. Over the years, it's like
Developed into
what's his
Eeyore?
name? What's the talking donkey's name?
Unnamed in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, this talking donkey.
We talked about this on like episode 3 of Funbearable, and
Right.
you and Ray did jokes about Shrek and Donkey, and
Dominic?
no, it was a donkey from Shrek. I was like, Jesus, get down off that cross.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, it was very funny.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Quality podcasting.
Yeah.
Let's get back there right here.
Yeah.
Dominic the Donkey. No, I'm thinking maybe over the years, because a lot of current pop culture and a lot of current songs, they take the characters from the Bible, Jesus, God, and they play with them. What?
It's just the idea of God as a character
Well,
in the
South
Bible.
Park has God as a character.
I know they do.
And the Simpsons do.
Yep.
That's legitimate. Could it be? I'm just postulating.
Okay.
Posturing. What's the word? Right?
Probably postulating.
I'm postulating. Could it be that through the years we got this talking donkey, right? And I'm saying he's telling Mary, "You're going to be no. Mary was pregnant before the donk. Right?
Yeah, an angel told Mary she was going to be pregnant.
Pre-donk.
Yeah, pre-donk.
And AD is after donk.
Yes, that's what it stands for.
So the donk is, he's in and out of the Bible. Maybe he's narrating. He's like, and then he's like, Jimmy, Saint Jimmy from
He's coming down the alleyway. He's coming down the boulevard across the alleyway.
No, Saint James, probably a saint. He's like,
Definitely.
and then Saint James walked to the top of the mountaintop, and he said, "God, show me the light." And God is like, "Yeah, you rock, James." Like, right? And the donkey's like,
Yeah, it was more Elijah than St. James, but yes.
Okay, so that's probably okay. Same story.
Yep.
Donkey's like, and then. Because this is for kids. This is to get kids into the Bible. Like the Bible you read.
Yep. Adults.
You're in your 40s.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't need the talking donkey.
No, I don't.
But when they're a kid.
But he's there.
So the donkey is over the years, after donkey, he's talking about the stories. He's telling the stories. And eventually, 1963 happens.
Oh, okay.
And they're like-
JFK gets shot.
They're like, we need to excite the nation with a new hit Christmas song.
Yep.
They're flipping through the Bible. They're like, oh, they already did Jesus.
Yep.
Oh, South Park's going to
Yeah,
do God.
they have too many Christmas songs about Jesus.
Well, there's like the manger and the
Yep.
fall on your knees.
Yep.
That one's one. There's a lot of Christmas Jesus songs.
Yes.
There are.
Yes.
And maybe more Santas at this point. Santas versus Jesus. What do you say?
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah. You've had more time to write about Jesus.
That's probably true, but also have those. Maybe there's songs that have gone away.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. So they're trying to get the donkey they're trying to use the donkey to get kids into the Bible.
Right.
Right? He's their new mascot.
Yes.
And they're like, when did Dominic the Donkey get written? Probably like a long time ago.
I'll look it up right now, just as a way to get out of this conversation.
So they're like, we need to find something in the Bible that's fun. And they're having this writers meeting,
Yeah, they're like, oh, should we do the part where people were going to get burned alive in a furnace, but then weren't?
Yeah, and-
oh, the guy was going to get eaten by a lion, but didn't?
Yeah, that guy was bald, right?
They were all friends.
Didn't they run out and you're bald, you piece of shit?
No,
and then
that's
they had the bears.
that's Elisha.
Oh.
Go on up, ye bald man. And it was this.
What the hell?
It's weird because like when you read it.
What is he? So
When you read it with the translation, you think it's two kids yelling at a prophet, and he sicks two bears on them. However, context is like it was kind of like a gang was like around him and harassing him.
Oh, pushing him and like
And been like just the only thing that was said that got recorded. The only thing that got recorded that was said was "Go on up, ye bald man."
So let's say in this fictional scenario, you play Elisha.
Okay.
And you're like, leave me alone. What the hell? And there's kids throwing rocks at you. They're pushing you. You bald piece of shit. And you're like, get away from me. I'm just trying to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
And so then you're like, I know what to do. God will help me with this. And you're like, hey, bears. And you go to the zoo and you open. 'Cause we're modernizing it.
Oh, okay.
You go to the zoo and you have the wire cutters, the big ones.
Yep.
Get them. And you're riding one of the bears, right? And then they're going after the kids. They're eating them alive. They're pulling their guts out. That's basically what it would be if we did it today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did they talk about guts in the Bible?
It's a swear word, so no.
Really?
No.
Oh, I don't know. So anyway.
Yes, entrails. In fact, I
Dominic?
think it could have been when Judas.
They talk about entrails being ripped from the kids?
No, not the kids. When Judas, I think it was when Judas was hanged after betraying Jesus. I think it's written as his entrails fell out and he died. And I'm like, I don't like that it goes in that order. Although, nuts to that guy.
Yeah, he did something
Dominic
bad.
the Donkey was recorded in 1960.
Okay. So we're getting towards the the people here 1957,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, Sputnik, space race.
They're like, you know what? We got these Christians. They're into the Bible, but we're not getting the youth culture. The youth culture. They're going to Woodstock. They're having fun.
Listen to Elvis.
They're flappers.
Not in 1957. They're not.
What year is that?
1927.
What? It's progressed.
Yes.
What are they doing in 1950?
They're going to sock hops. They're wearing poodle skirts.
Marty McFly's trying to bang his mom.
Yeah.
His mom's trying to bang him. At
Yeah,
least.
that's true.
They have the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. All this kind of stuff. They're drinking milkshakes. They're at the diners. You know what I mean? Johnny
Yeah.
Rockets. They're
Yep.
eating chili cheese fries.
Johnny Lockets.
Yeah. So all these kids, they're doing stuff. They're inventing the skateboard.
Yep.
They're driving into manure. I know. I've seen a lot of documentaries about
I know
the 1950s.
a lot about the 1950s.
Yeah. So the almanac. So these kids are doing this. They're not paying attention to the Bible anymore.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
And the Christians are like, what do we do? Okay, we need a character from the Bible.
Yeah, it's the Pope is called
He's
his best songwriters in.
What do we do about this? The kids and the manure and the skateboards, right? Like that's happening.
Yes.
So he's
This is a fever dream.
he's like, what do we do? The children, hey, the children. And so they're looking at the
Bro, don't feed me, bro.
thing. That's a
Yeah.
crazy reference to it. We probably talked about that.
Yes, we did.
So-
probably a month old at this point.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So he's like, we gotta get him in, and they're going through the Bible. Like I said, we can't do Jesus.
Yep.
Everyone already knows Jesus.
Yep.
God, everyone knows God.
Yep.
They're like Elisha. He's in charge of the bears.
Elisha.
We don't like
a lot
that.
going on. Get confused.
Kids are gonna read it, be like, are they gonna attack me for bears just for calling someone bald?
Mm-hmm.
So they're crossing off the names. It's the Pope. Who else is friends with the Pope?
I mean, oh boy, at the time, Frank Sinatra.
Is that true?
I don't know. He's connected.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Is he really?
Yeah, I think
Frank
so.
Sinatra and the Pope?
Yeah, I think so.
Pope was part of the Rat Pack?
Yeah, I think so. I think he was the leader of
He was the Rat Pope?
Yes.
Man, a Rat Pope. What do you think about that?
I think we're already too far afield, and we need to rein it in.
Oh, wait. First of all, Rat Pope is bringing people in. Would you agree with that one?
Yes.
Let me draw the Rat Pope. The hat, the snout.
Feels sacrilegious.
So they're trying to figure the Pope is part of the Rat Pack. He's hanging out with Sammy Davis Jr. And he's like, what should we do? And he's like, "Rrr, rrr," whatever he does. Frank Sinatra is making racist jokes, and they're trying to figure out it's the Rat Pack and the Pope at the table.
Yep.
Sinatra, Sammy Davis.
Yeah, it's Dean Martin. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
There's a clock,
Yeah.
and it fades and fades back, and the
Yeah.
clock has advanced, and they're surrounded by crumpled up balls of paper.
And, all different Bibles.
They're all smoking because it's
the
the,
Pope.
late 50s.
Yeah. So they're all looking at the Bible. They're crossing off names, right? They're crossing off names. They're trying to figure out who's going to be the mascot.
Yeah.
And
Jonah,
like
whale.
I said, Jonah the whale. They're like, well, that turned into Pinocchio already. That was adapted.
Yep.
And they're looking at, the burning bush. Who else is in the Bible that would not be a good mascot to bring in children?
I mean, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah.
They're like, well, what about, is Sodom a person or
No,
is it just a place?
It was the city. Yeah.
Okay. They're like, maybe we bring in Sodom and Gomorrah. Then they're like,
Yeah. Let's look it up.
yeah.
Like,
they're like,
oh wait. Oh,
this
maybe
isn't
not.
for children.
No.
Yeah. Although some adults, they brought in some adults with that
Yep.
story. So they're looking through the Bible. They can't find any characters.
Yep.
There's no more that are kind of fun and cool and hip.
Yeah, they're done.
wearing sunglasses
They're done
and
at the
smoking
time.
cigarettes.
They're done with people. They're like, there are no more people in the Bible we can write Christmas songs about.
Then we come to this donkey.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This donkey is pretty sweet. And this donkey, he's going to bring the kids in. And they're circling the table.
Yep.
You got the Rat Pope.
Yes. The Sharks, the Jets, and the Rat Popes.
So, by the way, title.
I don't know that it needs to be the title.
Rat Pope. Pope.
Yes.
Okay. So, they're circling the table, right?
Yep.
I think we got it. And they take this, and the talking donkey didn't have a name. They're like,
Right.
what do we do? This donkey, he
Yep.
has no name. He can't be a donkey of no name. So the donkey with no name.
Yeah, they already had the horse with no name.
See, and they're like, it's
We'd be
cool.
competing against Neil Young.
Exactly. This,
I don't know if it's Neil Young.
This is mysterious,
Yep.
but maybe not appealing to like a 5-year-old.
Right.
So they're like, we got to come up with a name for this donkey. Donkey. And they're like,
Like,
no,
no,
it's
that's
on top
too,
of
it's
the
too
head.
one-to-one.
It's
Yeah.
repetitive. It's a hat on a hat. They're like, Don.
Sure, I understand.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need to know. And it's like, Don. They're like, Don King. They're like, no, he's a boxing promoter. Probably
Yep.
not yet at that time.
No.
He's too young. And
Then they're like, you know what? I give up. We'll never figure this out. And then the Pope's assistant comes in. He's got a big dinner for them.
okay.
And the Pope says, thank you, Dominic.
Oh, I thought it was Domino's.
Oh, also good.
First, they're like, bring in the Domino's. They're opening up. They're eating the cheesy breadsticks.
Well, I love Domino's. Domino's is the best. Kids love Domino's. Wait a minute.
Wish we had something like Domino's. You know.
Ick.
And then no. And then what happens is he puts a piece of pizza down, and it covers half of the O.
Yep.
Dominic.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
He goes. Rat Pope has a heart attack.
Oh,
They
no.
rush him to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they're like, Frank Sinatra's by his side. You know, Sammy Davis Jr. is doing the operation. And they're like, why did you? In 1950, would they let Sammy Davis Jr.?
They'd let Sammy Davis Jr. do whatever he wanted at the time.
Is that true?
Probably.
Oh,
He's
'cause
very
of his
famous.
stature.
Yeah, very famous.
Okay, let's say he's not famous.
Probably not.
Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No. We're not going back to that. I watched a whole video on Alex Jones today, and it was the funniest fucking thing I ever saw. He's like, the Democrats are killing us, and he has like diarrhea. It's fucking insane. I loved it. He's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about Alex Jones?
What's that?
Man, how many things away from what we're talking about are we?
Like 7.
Okay, all right. Alex Jones. You know how Stephen Colbert was like a Republican, but it was really like
Yeah,
a
it's a
parody?
goof. Yeah.
Alex Jones is so crazy. I have to imagine most Republicans are not like, we love this guy.
No.
Right?
Not,
They're
not
mostly-
anymore.
They're
Yeah.
mostly like, this guy
Yeah.
doesn't need to be part of our friendship.
Right.
Because like, anyway. And he's like screams. He's like, they're turning the frogs gay. You know, they're doing that thing.
Yeah.
But now he's like fighting Candace Owens, and he's getting upset, and he's like throwing up. I'm not even kidding. I think he threw up on an episode because he was so pissed off. I'm not even making that up. Google it. And so, how come there hasn't been a guy who's a fake Alex Jones?
I think because Alex Jones is so
cartoonish.
so cartoonish that he's a parody of himself.
That's true. However,
I think you need someone to. I think you need a large. I think you need a percentage, a sizable percentage of the world to take you seriously before you can be parodied.
okay. Well, maybe he was though. Maybe you're right though, because he is here. He is.
Yeah.
But the idea of, I guess, maybe this would, instead of working as like a character,
Yeah.
maybe it would have to be like on South Park, and it is Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't believe it. And he's throwing
Yeah.
up, and he's like farting and shitting. 'Cause
Right.
he really pretends that like it's affecting him, his health, his
Yeah.
physical health.
Yeah.
Back to the Bible. So they're in the operating room, and they're talking to the Rat Pope.
Yep.
And they're like, what do you know, they're giving him as much cheese as he wants. And they're like, why did you have this heart attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Rat Pope is like, I can't remember,
Oh no.
right?
Yeah.
Then they're like, well, we were doing this, kids, donkey. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, let's give up.
Pizza, Domino's. Yeah.
He's like, let's just get a Domino's pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the hospital, and Sammy Davis Jr. puts down his scalpel.
Yep.
Covers half the O. We're back to where we were.
Yep.
If it was a movie, they'd say, you got to cut that. There's no
Yep.
reason to
Right,
go
yeah.
back to this whole
Right.
thing. And he goes, I figured it out.
Yep.
Dominic.
Yep.
The talking donkey
Yep.
is Dominic the donkey.
Yep.
And they're like, it's 57. It fails. It fails as a marketing ploy.
Yep.
When's Rudolph coming in?
Oh boy, I think he started before that, right?
Ooh, maybe this is part of the story. Now it's getting quite interesting.
Is it?
I think so. They're like, we can't let this is part of the story. I want to hear about Rudolph, because if you don't know, Rudolph was started as a mascot for Macy's, some big company,
Montgomery Ward.
Montgomery Ward. Which okay, so he was started out.
The song, 1949.
Wow, this is what inspired them. They're like, this is religion versus capitalism.
Yeah, Jesus versus Santa. Which one has more songs?
Exactly. It's hard to tell.
Yep.
and they're like, this is going to be big. And by the way, this war is still being fought today. That's how big this moment is. And they're like, man, they already had Santa Claus or whatever his name was, Saint Nick, and,
Yep.
you know, and they're like, we got to, if they have a talking reindeer, this is almost this. I'm thinking this is true. That's how hung up I am on my idea. It's quite strange.
Yeah, I'm not as hung up as you on the idea of the rat pope being the one to originate Dominic the Donkey in order to bring children to Christianity.
What if I drop the rat thing?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
You know what? I'll say this. It increases significantly, and you're almost up to 1/1,000,000%.
so the rat pope.
I stand the same chance of being named Rat Pope as this story does of being true.
So the rat pack and the rat pope.
Yep.
You know, they're trying to help him out. They're friends with him. He's part of the rat pack.
Of course.
And that's why they named it the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
by the way.
Marilyn Monroe's on his lap.
yeah. Marilyn Monroe.
Yep.
And so they see Rudolph come out. When does the specials later?
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
So Rudolph comes out. He's bringing in kids to the commercial side. It's almost like the whole world was more on the religious side in terms of Christianity.
Yes.
Then they're getting shifted for Santa Claus and the gifts and the train sets. And then Rudolph comes out.
Yep.
Shift is even bigger.
Yep.
And they're like, we need our own mascot.
Right.
That's how all this begins.
Yep.
They get to the talking donkey. They get up to Domino's. They find Dominic. And they're like, okay, we got Dominic the donkey.
Right.
What do we do with it? It's failing.
Yep.
No one gives a shit about a talking donkey.
No.
They don't know.
No.
They don't know. How do they find out?
Right.
He's not in the New Testament. He's just a boring talking donkey
Again, Old Testament, but yes.
with no name.
Right.
So
And also, I think a bad guy.
the rat pope, 3 years have gone by.
Yep.
It's 1960.
Right.
And he's like, man, this hasn't worked.
Yep.
And there's posters of Rudolph everywhere. The rat pope walks down the street. All he sees is Rudolph, Santa, Rudolph.
Yeah. Vatican City famously decorated with Rudolph posters.
It's like Times Square.
What's the Pope doing walking alone in Times Square?
In 1957, it was the heart of Christianity. So he's seeing Santa, Rudolph.
Yep.
He's looking in windows. Kids are there. They go like this. They look at a Bible and they look at a train set.
Yep.
And they jump on the train set.
Yeah.
They're riding around. They're putting on
The conductor hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than the priest collar.
yeah. There's the Pope hat.
Yep.
And then there's the conductor hat. And they're like, oh, they're getting their head measured.
Yep.
Which are they going to pick? Which are they going to
Yep.
pick? And the kid's doing it. He's weighing it. And the rat Pope, sees him pick the conductor hat.
Wow.
A tear falls from the rat Pope's eyes. He could barely finish his cheese.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Cheese, pizza from Domino's.
Yep.
And so he's like, what is the difference between the talking donkey and the talking reindeer?
Right.
Rudolph the reindeer, it's R&R.
Yep.
Alliteration. We got that. Dominic the donkey. They both talk.
Yep.
The donkey's part of the Bible. That's a lot more history.
That's true.
He has more behind him.
Yep.
There's more lore.
Yeah.
Which is fun, like the Marvel movies. There's more lore to get into,
Yep.
which also might be a deterrent. But let's not go down that road.
No.
So it's 1960. The Dominic the donkey has failed.
Yep.
They're like, what is the difference? Rat Pack's together again.
Oh, good.
Same bar.
Thank goodness.
They're looking around. They're like, the difference. And they're like listening. And the TV, it's on the football game, the big football game.
Yep.
And then they hear, it's a commercial for Montgomery Ward.
Reindeer. Like
And
a
they
light bulb.
slowly look
Yeah.
all at the TV. And then they look back. And they go, a song.
Yep.
He's missing a fucking goddamn piece of shit song.
Seems like they would have gone there first, being like such a musical.
Well, also, imagine the Rat Pope saying all those phrases.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Okay, because you didn't have a problem with that one.
No.
They're like,
So they're like, let's write it together.
let's write it together.
But we need a pseudonym. Let's use Lou Monte
Yeah, they're like,
as the pseudonym
they're
for
at-
Dominic
they're
the
at
Donkey.
Lou Monte's.
Yes.
their
Oh, that's-
favorite Italian
Yes,
restaurant.
okay.
It's the secret.
Yep.
It's like where Lorne Michaels takes the host.
You know, it's just off
SNL.
of Times Square, the heart of Christianity in 1960.
Yeah. Now, what are the lyrics of Dominic the Donkey?
I don't know.
You got to tell me.
Never
You gotta-
listened to this
It's
stupid
like
song.
because it's all coded. It's all coded to bring kids to Christianity. That's what I think. That's what I imagine.
Lyrics.
And I think it might have worked a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. What are the lyrics?
A.
Hey, that's from the Bible. People they say like, "Hey, ye." Oh, they say those things. You know, ye be me.
Jing-a-dee-jing.
This is Bible.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
It's like ye.
It's Dominic the Donkey.
Yeah.
Jing-a-dee-jing, hee-haw, hee-haw.
See, that's Jerusalemic.
The Italian Christmas donkey.
Italian the Pope. That's what he wrote.
La 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 duda. Santa's got a little friend.
Yeah.
His name is Dominic.
See, they're trying to cross pollinate.
The cutest little donkey, you never see him kick.
See, they're like he's kind.
Pacifism, yeah.
Yep.
When Santa visits his paisans with Dominic, he'll be.
See, they're at Illuminati's. Illuminati's.
There you go. Because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy.
This is all about the Pope. This is the Pope.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Pope is getting older. There's no such thing as a walker at the time.
Nope.
He can't climb the hill. That's why he has to move to Times Square. Everything's flat.
All right, then we skip.
So the Dominic.
We're gonna skip the course.
See, so
Jingle bells around his feet and presents on the sled.
duh.
Hey, look at the mayor's derby on top of Dominic's head.
That's see.
Separation of church and state. A pair of shoes for Louis
Illuminati's.
and a dress for Josephine. Joseph?
Because they're like, we're pro-trans already. We're pro-trans. It's 1960.
The label on the inside says they're made in Brooklyn.
This is blowing my mind.
How is that? Compare. Do that to the Bible.
So the rat pope lives in Brooklyn. That's how he gets to Times Square so quickly. Remember, he needs to be in a place that's flat. He can't be on the hills of Italy.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Children sing and clap their hands.
Come on, join us on the religious side.
And Dominic starts to dance.
Yes.
They talk Italian to him, and he even understands. Much like you could speak to Jesus in whatever language you like.
Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Kumares and kumpares do the dance the tail.
Kumares and compares is like an Italian word for something, right?
Yeah, probably.
Because I know, compare,
Yeah.
ci vosunare.
When Santa Nicola comes to town and brings Il Chuchariello. I don't know the word.
Chuchariello.
Sure.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Like we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of metaphors,
Yeah.
but it's like, come on over.
A lot of thin metaphors.
And they even bring in Santa,
Yep.
but they bring in the religious version of Santa.
Yeah. Also the mayor. They bring in the mayor.
I liked your separation of church and state thing.
I knew you would.
Yeah, so I like that. So Dominic. So here's what's interesting that you don't know.
Oh, good.
From 1960.
I'm very excited to learn a new fact about Dominic the Donkey.
From 1960
Chuck fact.
to 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much the Christianity has grown?
A lot.
300%.
Wow. Because of Dominic the Donkey?
It was all children.
Yeah. Tell me, where has Christianity grown the most in the past, let's call it 20 years?
Italy
Wrong.
and America.
Wrong.
That's where it's grown the most.
Okay.
So Dominic, it's interesting that we figured this out.
Yep.
By the way, I'm on mushrooms. That's what it seems like.
At the least. As you were rambling, I'm like, today is not one of the days Chuck took his Adderall.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
So anyway,
Yeah.
where did you,
And then your paper is like makeup bullshit. And it's like Adderall, check. I'm so focused on this.
I really am. All right, so
I don't know how we got here.
let's see. I was supposed to interview Hank Azaria, right? Is that?
One-on-one, you were nervous.
Yeah, that's right. I think I was talking about the fact that. Okay, I'm gonna interview Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
Very cool opportunity.
You got to ask him a question about a donkey.
Now, when we've been on stage before, it's been like Chuck, Brad, and 5 people from Clerks, maybe
Right.
6. And so there's such a, like, just behind the scenes, what happens is you go in, you ask a couple questions. Brad says you prime the pump, which I think is fucking disgusting.
I changed it because you didn't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. I think people in the audience would also think like, ugh.
I don't think that. I think prime the pump is a normal phrase and you're insane for not understanding it.
So prime the pump means
To get things started.
right. So write in funbearablepod@gmail.com. Does it sound gross to you to say prime the pump? Well, you don't like this. I'm bringing other people in to get their opinion.
Bring it in. It doesn't mean they're right.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
you think they're going to agree?
I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
Wow.
I'm going to continue to use the phrase
But
as necessary.
my thing isn't that you're being disgusting and sick and perverted.
Yep.
My thing is that the people in the audience will think it's gross. So people writing in
Sure.
does translate to the audience.
Sure. Write in if you think it's gross. See how it affects my behavior.
You were shamed out of eating hot dogs.
Yeah, I sure was. By you.
No.
Just like you shamed me out of saying prime the pump. When I started my panels, I said I'm going to get the ball rolling.
I like the hot dog thing.
I know you do.
There's a bunch of things. You know what I've been
Because
eating?
you want me to die.
Maybe this will become a thing. I'm going to be honest about something.
Oh, good.
You know what I eat?
Parsnip fries?
You know what I eat constantly?
Parsnip fries. You talked about it on both episodes of the Fun Bammies.
Lunchables.
Yep.
I eat them all the
All
time.
right, guys, let's make this a thing.
Make it a thing. I'm chuckable. Who knows? It could become the same thing as Brad and his hot dogs. Every time I go to the grocery store, I bring home like 7 Lunchables.
That's expensive.
That as soon as my girlfriend goes to work, you got to see how many Lunchables I eat. And also, I get the pizza Lunchables,
Yep.
which should be disgusting.
Yes.
It's a cold piece of bread.
Yep.
it's almost like a cold gordita thing from
Yeah.
Taco Bell. You put cold tomato sauce on it.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And then you drop cold mozzarella on it.
Yep.
And you eat that. You know what I do? I can't believe I'm being honest about this. I buy extra mozzarella, and that thing has a mountain this high. You know, on top of spaghetti,
Yep.
it's a mountain of cheese.
Wow. Well, where's your meatball? You know where that is, though, right?
No meatball. That's a
Where did it go?
that's a bridge too far.
Are you saying that you lost your meatball?
Well, I'm allergic to mozzarella. You see. I hope people get this joke.
It's for us.
It's a famous children's song.
Yep.
Not Dominic the Donkey.
That's
So-
the only famous children's song our audience knows.
Yeah, right. So what happens is I pour a ton of mozzarella. It's a mountain of mozzarella. It's a childhood treat that an adult has co-opted.
Okay.
Okay. Rhode Island Comic Con.
Yes. Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
Prime in the pump.
Ugh. And so when we
Can I
do
tell
it
you?
together-
I got it from Stephen King book.
I'm sure.
The third one, The Wastelands. They have to solve a puzzle. You have to prime the pump, and the pump primes backwards, and that's why it entered my personal lexicon. That's it.
priming the pump, I'm going to be honest, it sounds like you're putting a finger in someone's anus and stretching it out.
I don't know that our audience agrees with that. You know, if anything, they're like, oh, the word pump is a little risque. I don't know that they're going to go all the way to digital penetration.
You're such a wayward word.
Thank you. That one was intentional. That was I'm going to phrase this in a way that's going to make Chuck laugh. Sometimes I say things because I just say things. However, I don't go on to the Dominic the Donkey subreddit and spread my insane conspiracy theories about the rat pope.
And the religious Alex Jones.
Yep.
So
It's the rat pope.
the rat pope came up with Dominic the Donkey. He gets that crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I couldn't make my face red enough.
Yeah.
But let me just wipe my tears. I like a lot of the stuff that you pull in that's obscure.
Yeah.
Bird by bird.
Yep.
Not only do I think about it,
Yep.
but when I have a big editing project, I don't just think, in other words, I don't just think, oh, that's a good phrase.
Yeah.
I actually utilize it and
Right.
go, I'm going to do the small thing first.
Yep.
And my whole thing is, this needs to be done at some point.
Yep.
So if I'm doing it, it's productive.
Yeah.
And I do the small one. and I do the next smallest one.
Yep.
Next smallest one, and eventually the project's done.
Right.
So I like bird by bird a
Yeah.
lot. And you brought that to me.
Yeah.
But my whole point was when we're doing panels live and we're together and there's 5 people on stage.
Right.
Not only do you and I get to share responsibility, so if for a second you're like, oh, I'm not sure what to say next, or I'm like that,
Right.
the other guy's there to catch the guy,
Yes.
to catch the other one of us. And the way we could think about it is, here's our question. If each person gives us a 30-second answer,
Right.
and there's 5 of them, that's 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes that is taken up.
Right.
So that's the situation when it's all of us and a big cast. When it's one-on-one, I have 100% of the responsibility, or
Right.
you have 100% of the responsibility
Yep.
to fill every second that the guest is not filling.
Right.
And you're in charge of the room. You're running everything.
Right.
They're the talent, and they're just there to be themselves and answer questions. You're the person that is directing the questions at first, directing the audience questions as they come in, helping the person if the question is weird,
Right.
rephrasing it for them, which has happened to us quite a bit.
Yes.
Rephrasing it in a simpler way for the audience,
Right.
giving the time, there's responsibilities as a host. And if you're alone, one-on-one, those become way bigger in my opinion. One time I had to do a one-on-one with Christina Ricci,
Yeah.
and that one was the most nervous and anxious I've ever been for a panel, probably that I've ever been for a comedy show
Yeah.
that we've done. Because we always have been on stage together, except for a couple shows where you and I
Right.
separately did stand up. So I was really nervous going into Hank Azaria's thing.
Yep.
As always, we got together. You helped me with questions. I helped you with questions.
Right.
Really nervous, but really excited.
Right.
I'm like, I get to meet this person. We get to make another kind of connection. We get to film this, release it on the podcast. We get to do a rap about The Simpsons, which we haven't really talked about that much.
Right.
And then I also had the Mallrats panel.
Yes.
Which was myself and most of the cast of Mallrats,
Right.
including the guy that played TS,
Jason London.
Jason London, who I haven't really seen at a con before.
Right.
Was it his first one? Did he say that?
I don't know if he said it, but I
think it might have been. Joey Lauren Adams, who I had a huge crush on with Chasing Amy. And I've met her and we've talked to her
Right.
when that hurricane hit our panel.
Yep.
It wasn't a hurricane, but it was a crazy rainstorm, and we really did have to cancel the panel.
Right.
As we were on stage, it was myself, Brad, Joey Lauren Adams, and the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Christy Swanson. Yeah.
4 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
And then the rain started coming and hitting us because we were outside.
Yeah.
And I mistook a specific hand gesture to mean a tornado was coming. I said it on stage. We all scrambled. That's not exactly what was happening.
Nope.
Regardless, I got to meet and talk to Joey Lauren Adams, not just on stage. We hung out outside for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
Really cool. Ethan Suplee was there.
Yep.
For the Mallrats panel I was going to do.
O'Halloran.
Brian O'Halloran. There was a few people.
Yeah.
So those were my 2 panels going in.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about your panels first before I give the negative side of what happened to me?
I talked a little bit about. By now the Christmas Vacation panel has
Yes,
been
that has come
uploaded.
out, yeah.
That was 1 on 4.
Very cool.
And all the questions were for me. There were no audience questions, so
Right.
I'm priming my own pump up there
You think
in front of the whole audience. What's that?
nothing? Keep
Okay.
going.
And then my other panel was Supernatural, and
Yeah.
it was Misha Collins, Rob Benedict, Richard Spate,
Yeah.
and the girl whose name eludes me, but whatever.
Okay.
She was in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. She was in
yeah.
Paranormal Activity 4.
The daughter.
Yes. And I knew we'd have a great crowd for Supernatural, and I knew that Christmas Vacation for me was a big deal. So I was nervous about both panels for different reasons, like losing sleep over Christmas Vacation, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you were nervous about.
Because I was nervous just about the interaction, and then about
Is his full name Chevrolet Chase?
yeah. Then just the idea of that one is so important to me, but the other one is probably going to have more eyes on it. But they're both in prestige places.
Right.
I don't want to let down our friends who run Comic-Con, who put this together. I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let the actors down. I don't want to let the audience down, and I don't want to let the podcast audience down because we're filming these. We're going to release them, so just putting a lot of pressure on myself because I have so little else going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, going into that, those were my 2 panels, but they were both on Sunday, so I had time to prepare and make sure everything's written where it needs to be written and everything. But we were going to go up Saturday for Chuck's Hank Azaria panel,
Yeah.
and to check in and get our stuff. So that's where we were at.
And your panels went really well.
Yeah, thank you.
I think you did a great job as always. It's never a surprise. You know how to run a room. You have all this improv experience as well, which is puts you in a higher position for this. A higher position meaning you feel more comfortable running the room. So we got there Saturday and I'm like, woo, baby. Me and Hank Azaria, I've been practicing all week. We did our questions. I'm really confident in the questions. Brad and I have when I say disagreement, I don't mean a fight about how many questions need to be prepared.
Yes.
Brad will be like, we need 3 and then the audience will be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we've done that though. And the audience didn't have any questions because it was so small.
Yeah.
So I think we need 10.
Yeah.
And you'll be like 5 then. And we'll kind of meet in the middle. But if it's my panel, I'll do more.
Right.
So I had all my questions planned. I figured it would be a big panel because I haven't seen him at cons as well either.
Right. We went up there. Chuck's wearing a shirt that says Ha Aza, and I'm wearing a shirt that says Ria.
I wrote Daya in front of it as a joke. Come on. Pry my pump.
Yep. That's what it's for. It's colonoscopy prep. It's drinking the drink. That really primes my pump.
I was gonna say,
Yep.
You're constipated.
Yep.
So anyway, they're like, hey, Chuck, your Hank Azaria panel? I'm like, yeah. They're like, 7 o'clock? I'm like, yeah. They're like, Water Place Ballroom? I'm like, here we go, baby. And they're like, canceled.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened? And they were like, his flight was way late and he doesn't want to, Hank Azaria wants to stay on the floor and meet people as opposed to just doing a panel.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So right there, I lost half my panels for the weekend.
Right.
Now, I've moderated for Jason Lee and Ethan Suppley before for a My Name is Earl panel, which we've released.
Yep.
It's one of our highest performing episodes. Very cool. Jason Lee, it was his first Comic-Con. Super kind to me backstage. He said I did a great job, all this kind of stuff. So I'm excited to do this. I've had that experience before. Jason Lee is there, but he's not doing the panel.
Right.
Fine. Because I think he was doing another My Name is Earl panel.
Yes.
So he's like, I just want to do one. So we go up there. I'm excited. I meet the whole cast of Mallrats. I'm like, this is going to be great. Jeremy London is like, I've never done this before. And I'm like, dude, it's going to be awesome. We're talking backstage. Very fun, very familial. Walk out on stage, call them all up, get all the names right, which is one thing that you get nervous about. And we start. About 10 minutes in, Jason Lee walks out on stage as a surprise.
Humongous applause.
And he's like, hey, everybody, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as I see him, I'm like, there's only so many chairs and microphones.
Yep.
And the right thing to do as the moderator is to give him mine. So I'm clapping. He comes up to me and I'm getting ready to stand up. And he goes, get out of here. Like, it's like a big act out. And we already know each other. He's like, come on. And he pretends that he pulls me up and he kicks me in the ass and gets me off stage. So I'm like, all right, I got 10 minutes of my Mallrats panel.
Yeah.
Okay. And I walk off stage. And eventually I hear him joking around. He's like, I feel bad. Come on back. Come on back on stage. But there's no way to do it without standing up.
Yeah.
Which is
there's
weird.
no way to do it gracefully.
There's no way to do it gracefully. There's no way to, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm standing back there. He's like, I kicked out the moderator. I feel bad. So all that was very nice.
Yeah.
And at one point, I stick my head out of the curtain.
Yes.
And I'm praying that some camera got this because I was very proud of this moment. I stick my head out the curtain with a microphone. And I go, yeah, the moderator's back to say there's 10 minutes left in the panel. And also, Jason Lee, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Yeah.
And everyone laughed and the cast laughed. And I was very happy with that moment.
Yeah.
And then they came backstage. Jason Lee's like, hey, man. He's like, that was really funny. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Took a picture. That's cool. Whatever. But that was my experience.
Yeah.
I lost my first panel.
Right.
And I lost, 80% of my second panel. And that's my Rhode Island Comic-Con 2025. And it's nobody's fault.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It's just happenstance.
Yep.
People running it thought they were setting me up with 2 great panels.
Yep.
Unfortunately, one was canceled. And unfortunately, 80% of another one was canceled.
Yeah.
And that's all I got. We're still going to release the Mallrats panel.
Yeah.
I hope to ask a famous friend to put it on his YouTube. We'll have to see if that person wants to do it.
I have one subscriber.
Yeah.
I think it's Funbearable.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yes.
so hopefully that panel will be up on a cool channel.
Yeah.
And we'll have, what we do is we do the wrap. So there'll be
Right.
a bunch of our own podcast afterwards, which will
Yeah.
still be cool. Hopefully it gets some reach. Even if we don't get it on someone else's channel, usually our panel episodes get higher numbers. So we still get this, and hopefully new people will hear us joke
Right.
around after the panel and our wrap
And
and
seek us
like
out.
the podcast.
Yeah,
So-
Operation Fan Steal.
yeah, Operation Fan Steal. So hopefully that works out. But yeah, I was pretty bummed.
Yeah.
I guess is the way to say it. Yeah. I was pretty fucking
I was
bummed.
bummed on your behalf because I knew you had driven down for it,
I drove down from New York to do it.
and you were looking forward to both of those things.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's hard to fault. All right.
one.
Well, Hank Azaria needs, wants to do this. That's fine. And Jason Lee wasn't going to do the panel, but then did the panel.
Yeah.
And that's great. That's an addition.
Yeah.
And your decision to not stand up to the side of the panel was the right decision.
Yeah.
So, and you got a joke out of it, a big laugh. So, you made chicken salad out of chicken poop.
I hope so.
And but I was just bummed on your behalf that you didn't
Yeah.
get to do more things that you were excited about. But there are future opportunities with this company and with other cons. And
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And your panels, you can talk about them a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought the Supernatural panel was super
Right.
fun.
You did the Supernatural
That's one where I'm like, I think I did 2 questions and threw it to the audience because that's an audience that travels.
Yeah.
We got to do a Supernatural panel, I think 2 years ago with different cast members, and same thing, really well attended, really passionate, engaged fans.
Yeah.
Very fun, and I got to talk to Rob and Rich. I had seen their web series. I watched unintentionally. I had watched it where I'm like, I'll just watch a little bit of it, and I watched all 10 episodes
'Cause it was
the
super
night
funny?
before. Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Kind of, it's 2 guys trying to accomplish a goal, and shenanigans ensue. I'm like, that's what Chuck and I have written for 10 years,
Yeah.
12 years, 17 years, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was great. I took them some knead donuts, which I just love to do. And then I was nervous about the Christmas Vacation, but in between Supernatural and Christmas Vacation was your Mallrats panel. And so I was like, oh, I want to be nervous for me, but I'm feeling bad for Chuck. And, then going backstage and meeting the cast, and they were all great.
Yeah.
They were all really great. Specifically, Juliette Lewis was really kind to me when I was really nervous. And then we went out there, and by now, again, people have seen the Christmas Vacation panel. They know what it was like
Yes.
in that situation. Great crowd, very fun. And I'm glad I got to do it, and I'm glad it goes on the performance resume. But if you were like, oh, like, the Supernatural guys, oh, they're doing another web series, like I would try to get us available to work on it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Or film with us or do another project with us. It just seems like their sense of humor is like the right amount of serious.
Oh, that's great.
Where they're like, oh, we want to do something silly, but we want to do the best possible version of that silly thing,
Yeah.
which is great. So really, I had a good time with that. I'm glad at Comic-Con we got to stop by our buddy Craig DePina, the editor of this fine project, with his Needless to Say podcast, and we recorded with them for a while.
Great guys.
And just, the amount of talent, not just from like the big comic book artists who's like, oh, I designed every Ninja Turtle ever. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But seeing even these people who are like, it's their first con or, their
they're
fifth con.
makers.
And they're makers. And it's just so incredible to see.
They do their own original like art. There's the guy that we always see that takes the Nintendo little characters, the amiibos, and he makes them all into zombies. You got me 2 of them. I fucking love them.
It's just inspiring to see that kind of stuff. And then the cosplay. I think this year more than any year, I paid attention to the effort that went into the cosplay.
That's cool.
And it's it's not a skill I have, and so it's extra impressive to see that someone has done a plastic mold that looks like Hollow Knight's face or whatever.
Yeah.
To say nothing of like people who are confident enough to wear tight clothes in public.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So really, really interesting. It was, to me, well run and smooth. Our buddy Chris Ali was running around doing social media stuff with them.
Yeah.
It was good to see these guys that we don't get to see as often as we like, either because they're not from here or they're busy traveling or what have you. But to see Jay and Mike and Ben and Klep and Wendy, like,
yeah.
really positive,
great,
really
man.
positive weekend. But I was like, when it was over, I was like, what a relief it felt
That's how it
to
always
be
is.
done with this big thing.
Yeah, the anxiety is gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I love that you had 9 topics and we got through 1.5, and also the complete history of Dominic the Donkey.
And the Rat Pope.
Yes.
That's great, man.
Very important.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, there have been a lot of popes over the years. It wouldn't surprise me if one was named the Rat Pope. Like if you Googled it and it was like some 13th century guy, and it's because he presided over like the end of the plague.
Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, folks out there, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to send us an email, funbearablepod@gmail.com. Find us on social medias @funbearablepod. Always happy to hear from all y'all.
Yeah.
For Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being funbearable.
So do you know why I came up with the Rat Pope?
I do not.
It's because I wanted to talk about Dominic the Donkey,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to prime the pump.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
A perfectly normal expression.
No.
Yeah.
I'll prime your pump.
Thank you.
Funbearable.